Why, hello there, lovely listeners and viewers. You are back down the red rabbit hole, and I'm guessing you're burrowing down to have a look to make sure Becca Day is still alive and well. Becca, you're still with us?
Yes, I am. They've been feeding me very well.
Lots and lots of carrots
I
and
am a
wine.
feeder. I am a feeder when we have them here. I do like to make sure that they're comfortable and well fed.
I feel like we're going
Wow.
down a real horror movie trope here. I'm a feeder. I like to feed them well while they're here.
Fatten them up.
She
I just
strapped you
like them
to
to
a
have a
board
nice
and
time.
force fed you God knows what. Worms and carrots and everything else we found
That's
in
all
the
we've
dirt.
got.
Yeah, that's it.
Got a crop of potatoes I planted. They've come out all right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just pluck them out the wall.
Well, we need those subscriptions, guys, because the more you subscribe, the more money we'll get, and therefore the more money we can spend on feeding our captives and treating them better, getting them better bed linen and all sorts.
Yes, or a bed.
Or
In
a
fact.
bed, yeah.
Yeah.
A bed would be good. It's a very hard floor.
It is, yes.
Plenty
And
of hay. I'll put down some hay.
you
It's
haven't
nice.
changed that hay since, good God, since poor Jane Isaac had to stay down here the first night.
No, I haven't. Not since Mark's Day and all of his
No,
fruit
all
and
his
fibre,
cereal, yeah.
fruit and fibre goodness in there.
He was quite a demanding one, wasn't he? He was a very demanding hostage. We got rid of
He
him as quick
was.
as we could. He was too much to handle. So, Becca, we were talking about your books, weren't we? And we were talking specifically about doorbell cameras and that it makes an appearance in one of your novels.
Yes. Yeah. So in The Secret at number 7, we have Miranda, who enjoys watching her neighbours through her Ring doorbell, and a new couple move in across the street at number 7, and she's very interested in them. They're very glamorous, and she watches them. She becomes friends with the wife, doesn't really like the husband, gets a weird vibe off of him, and then she starts to suspect that there may be abuse in the relationship. She's trying to help her friend, and then her friend goes missing, and she's pretty sure that she saw the husband kill her friend on the Ring doorbell. And that's how it all kind of plays out from
Unfolds.
there.
Blimey. See, that's an aspect of the Ring doorbell camera that and other manufacturers do make, doorbell cameras, not just Ring.
I don't think I actually say Ring doorbell in the book. I'm pretty sure I didn't want to have the brand on there, so I just said video doorbell.
Well, I think it's become a little bit like Hoover and stuff like that. You say it's a Hoover, but it's not. It's a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And it's just Hoover was the first one to make it. And Sellotape, I think, is the other one, isn't it? But yeah, it's I haven't really thought of that aspect of being able to just watch my neighbours on a regular basis, which would intrigue me quite a bit. I do like a bit of reality TV.
Yeah, well, and the book covers that a lot because I talk a lot about people watching in general and why we do it, because it's a very normal human thing to people watch. It's very, like she talks about, when she's on the train, she kind of watches people and makes up stories for where they're going, where they've been, what they're up to. And I think it is part of the human experience to kind of be curious about other people and yeah, people watch. And I think the video doorbells have kind of, there's a bit right at the beginning of the book where she says about, I used to do this by looking out the window, and now I can do it without people even realizing I'm spying on them. Like, there's no chance I'm going to get spotted because I'm doing it on the camera instead. So it's kind of like opening up the new world for for people watchers.
Do you remember on the Fast Show there was a sketch? They did a regular sketch with I'm Michael Caine and I'm a nosy neighbour.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And that's all that makes me think of.
The thing with the Ring doorbell, they go out of view of your house, you're done. Unless you've got access to everyone else's along the road. You'd be like, oh, where are they going? What are they doing? Oh, you can only see them outside your house. And actually, I wonder if there's a question about that, because quite often they can see right out into the street, can't they? You can see relatively far. And is there a need to see that far, or do you just need to see your doorstep because
Yeah.
effectively that's all you really need to see.
Well, I think there's
I think
What is the
privacy laws,
purpose
isn't
of
there?
them?
There's privacy laws as to where you can point them.
yeah, there are.
Uh,
Mm.
best take mine off the people across the road's house then.
But the where
Zoomed in on their window.
So you can
Sorry.
watch their Netflix. Go
It's
on.
not if they're listening. I think they might listen actually. No, no, we're not really.
But where her house is, it's a cul-de-sac, so she's like right at the end. So she's got houses either side. So even though she's only looking at her doorstep, actually the camera's catching the house on the right and also the house on the left and even the houses beyond there because of where her house is. So yeah, she can she's got the whole street to watch.
You could also see anybody walking because it's cul-de-sac, people would be walking across. So you would see whoever was wandering through, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You can get
Ah.
cameras that are not just doorbell on the door. You can get them mounted all over the place now. I've got a friend who got a new system that she was showing me. She can remote access it on her mobile phone. She was moving the camera around to show me all the angles, and we could see her fiance in the house just wandering around, and you could see him clock the camera moving. And he rang her and he was like, "Are you moving the camera?" And she was like, "No." And
I did
I made her do the camera do the no.
Yeah.
I did that once though. My because we have a camera in my daughter's room, and so like just almost like a baby camera, but it is basically like a little mini CCTV camera that links up to my phone. And one time my stepmom was babysitting, and I think I was on the train or something, and I looked up at the app just to check everything was okay, and I saw my stepmom in the room, and I could hear her going, "Where are the nappies? Where are the nappies? I can't find them. Where are the nappies?" So I just talked through it and I said, "They're in the top drawer," and absolutely scared the crap out of her.
I'm sure I've heard of other things like that where like they've heard voices or people have remote accessed cameras that people have in their
Mm.
house and stuff
Well, people
because
can
people yeah.
they can remote access laptop cameras, and you just got to watch if you've got a light on it to see if someone's doing that. They can kind of uh, like jimmy off the back of it and just kind of watch you like while you're getting undressed and that in your room. That's why it's better to have put it down when you're getting
Mhm.
undressed.
Yeah,
God,
that's a
yeah.
whole other topic is people
That
hacking
is.
into the cameras.
But there's other cases, isn't there? We're talking about ring doorbell footage, thinking kind of that space out the front of a house, but actually there's other cases where it's been internal footage that's been used. Um,
Like nanny
there's
cams in teddy bears and things.
Yeah, well, or just that they've had cameras inside the house and then that's been used as evidence, which there was another, I can't remember what the documentary's called. There's another documentary that's about a male experiencing domestic abuse. And thankfully, in this one, he doesn't die. She is convicted and caught out. But some of the footage that they have of her doing stuff to him within their home is absolutely appalling, completely shocking. Like she must have. Oh, I think he secretly put them in actually. I think a friend of him helped him put
Mm.
them in because he felt like no one would ever believe what she was doing, if I remember it rightly. But that was some of the things like that was really awful, really, really shocking. She'd say to the kids, "Oh, don't worry, we'll get rid of him soon. We'll get rid of
Oh,
Daddy
Oh
soon." To her
God.
kids. Ugh, really awful.
So, question for you ladies then, would you use a camera to spy on your neighbours?
definitely. If I had the spare money and the will to put it up and set it up, then yeah, why not? But I don't have to because there's everyone around me's got like those kind of cameras because I can hear them going off like when someone comes to their house, so I know it's that kind of camera.
Mm.
So everyone else has got everyone else covered. But yeah, I'm a bit of a curtain twitcher, so I would watch through,
I'm not sure
especially
my neighbours are interesting enough. I'm not
everyone's
sure if I'd
interesting
see
enough when
anything
they think no
exciting.
one's watching. That's the key.
Yeah, that's the whole thing of the book is, you never know what your neighbours are up to, even if they seem very, very normal, you never know what they're up to. I actually put it in the dedications. I was like, not the dedications, the acknowledgements, when I was thanking the readers, and I said, I really hope that your neighbours are nice, normal people with minimal skeletons in closets, because, yeah, when I write these kind of books, I always start looking at my neighbors a little bit funny, and I'm like, are you hiding something? I don't know. Maybe.
Everybody is hiding something, Becca.
Yeah,
That's the key to kind of human life. When you were talking about like people watching before, and I think that all stems from caveman days when we had to be part of a tribe to survive. But also as kind of secondary to that, you also had to sum people up quite quickly to make sure they weren't a threat to you. So you'd have to look
yeah.
at someone you met on, in that tribe and say, do they have designs on me or my children or my partner, or like are they when the chips are down, they're going to protect me or are they going to run away? And you had
Well,
to kind of put that in perspective.
yeah, that's exactly where it goes really, because Miranda, the woman who's watching the neighbors through the camera, she's had this sort of traumatic past where she's had someone break into her house or her flat that she lived in, and she's got like this freeze response. So we talk about fight or flight, but she does something else, which is freeze. And so if she's terrified, if she feels like there's a threat, she just jams up and can't do anything. And so she heard someone break into the house, and she had her baby son there, and she just froze and she couldn't do anything. And it was like when people wake up and they're locked and can't do anything. And so that's kind of the trauma that sparks her desire, her need to watch her neighbors, because she's just so terrified of something like that happening again, because she knows if someone broke into the house, she would just freeze up. So yeah, that's kind of where it comes from, her nosiness. She's not just nosy.
Yeah, she's just keeping track.
Yeah.
I'm disappearing off camera again. Can you still
Turn
see
your
me?
lights up.
I've
You need to
I've
turn your
got my
light
light
on.
on. I've got my light on. I think just one day I'm going to be just a grin like the
We
Cheshire
often
Cat.
lose a bit of hair.
Yeah, we
That
lose a
happens to
lot of
me too.
hair.
You do lose quite a lot of
Yeah.
hair.
It
The
kind of looks like you are bunnies, though. It looks like
yeah.
the ears are coming out of your heads.
The idea.
Yeah, we are the red rabbit, really.
Yeah.
So, Becca, have you got one of those special cameras? Not saying brand.
Yes, yeah, we do. We've got one on the front door, and actually, I did see what looked like someone like lugging a dead body once through my camera, and it definitely wasn't what I thought it was, but it kind of looked like it, and it was one of those like double take moments. But yeah, we've got one at the front, and like I say, we've got the one in the baby's room. So yeah, I can definitely see how it can become something that you end up doing a lot. I don't do it. I don't I don't spy on my neighbors like you, Lisa. I don't think my neighbors are interesting enough to do that. Um, but yeah, it can be useful though, because like especially if you're away and you get a notification that someone's at the door or whatever, and maybe they've left a parcel, you can like message a neighbor and say there's a parcel outside my door, can you go and hide it or something. Like there's uses for it for sure. And I think it's one of those things that just everyone is going to end up having them, because it's just the world is getting less safe, and you've got the technology there to help, I guess.
I'm surprised that the government haven't made like some kind of subsidy on them, because I find them quite expensive for what they are. That's why I haven't sort of bothered doing one. That and my complete lack of technological knowledge to like hook it up to the internet and things. But if the government are using them a lot in court cases and the police are using them to solve cases, then it would seem right that we really do enter into the kind of, is it 1984 1884 book, and just fully plug in, and that the government would then make a cheaper version or subsidize those particular cameras, or perhaps take a percentage off your council tax if you have one.
Yeah. I don't think anyone would like to, I don't think people would like it if it was a mandatory thing and they said like you have to have one, because then
I
it
don't
really
think
would feel like
they
Big
could
Brother's
ever do
watching
that.
you.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think they could ever do that, but they could encourage by you saving money on your council tax. They could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising they haven't, considering how much they do use them now. Like when I was obviously this case was the one that kind of prompted it for me and gave me the idea. But like you guys, I kind of researched Ring doorbells and or video doorbell
Yeah.
cameras. I kind of researched them and how they've been used in cases, and they really have been used so
Mm.
much. And it's most cases have that kind of thing, whether it's tracking someone's movements through multiple doorbells or it's actually seeing the crime take place on the doorbells. Most cases have that kind of footage involved now. Even if it's like a missing persons case, it's used so widely.
And it should be. I mean, we're meant to be the most, we have the most cameras of any country in the world, aren't we, with the UK? So if we add to that a little bit more, then as long as you've got nothing to hide, then I'd say do it. But I've been asked a couple of times, police have come around my door and said, have you got any doorbell footage? And I'm like, no. And I wish I
That's
Yeah.
why
did.
your neighbours are
'Cause
interesting to watch. I've never had
why?
anyone ask for my doorbell footage. It's far too nice and quiet around our way.
Oh, it's
There's
still
nothing
nice
Yeah.
and
going
quiet
on
here,
there.
but there's still stuff that happens. You can still hear police sirens sometimes, and the helicopter pops out every now and again, trying to chase someone down.
Shining a light on your garden.
Yeah, the drone looking in my window.
Trying to find out where you're keeping all of your kidnapped authors.
Yeah. They'll never find out.
They'll never know. You were blindfolded, remember? You can't even tell them when we let you out.
That's why you don't have a video doorbell. It's nothing to do with your neighbours not being interesting enough or the cost of the doorbell. You don't want to get caught.
Yeah, with a sack of author.
I definitely, actually, if I got some interesting footage on my Ring doorbell, I'd definitely be sticking that on the TikTok page to make us go viral.
What would you
100%.
consider interesting though? Like the neighbour's dog,
I
like
don't know.
pooping on
You
your
see
lawn,
loads
or
of the Halloween ones, don't you, where the kids nick all the candy and then put all the candy
Mhm.
back. You see ones where like people are running away from something and somebody else comes and helps them, or like you see how nice or not nice somebody is once you've kind of gone into your house. What they do. Do they kick
There's
things over or say mean things, or do
there's
they
like
just
the
walk
neighborhood
away?
watch stuff on Facebook around here, and it always tickles me when someone puts the doorbell camera up and they're like, "Do you know these people that just knocked on my door?" And it's like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
didn't you answer it and check out who they were? But it's very much like the film The Strangers. It always reminds me of that when you get these weirdos sort of knocking on your door at night, and you're just thinking, why? They've obviously perhaps just moved or something, and they've moved there and they're knocking up for the old neighbor or something, and
Is it a newer version of caller ID? When
maybe,
you used to not know who was ringing you, so you would just answer the phone and have to find out. Now you
yeah.
you can look at who's on your door and decide whether or not you want to open the
That's
door.
the peephole, though. I mean, I've got a peephole
Mm,
that I can look through and leave the chain on if I don't know who it is.
so
But
old
But then the
tech.
person knows that you're there. They can
Yeah,
like
they've
hear
seen
you
your shadow.
rustling behind, or they've seen your
but
shadow, so
they'd
they
see
know that
my.
you're behind the door.
It doesn't take a mastermind because my car is parked right in front of the house. So that if the car is there, they know that somebody's there.
Would you not go for a walk anywhere? No, you could go for a walk, but you'd be trapped on everyone else's Ring doorbell. I
Yeah,
want to know where you were. She's going that
yeah.
way.
It's
She's
gone
going.
that way.
I was just looking up because I was just thinking about that thing where people do put it on the Facebook pages, don't they? I've seen that where you're like, do you know these people who are knocking on my
Yeah,
door, or these kids are knocking around, whoever their parents are, can you tell them not to do this, that, and the other? But I think we get into a really murky area about data protection. Because if you're taking somebody's face just for knocking on your door and then splashing it all over the internet, and it's permanent, isn't it? If somebody wants to
yeah.
get an image off that, it won't, you can delete it, but it won't go anywhere.
No, someone
I,
can copy and paste anything and take a screenshot.
and you should
Yeah.
really be telling somebody if they're being filmed.
Well, you're
Like,
supposed to. You're supposed to put up a thing to say that CCTV is in operation, but I don't think anyone does. But that
I've
that is
never
you're
seen a
supposed to
sign
do
on
that.
anyone's door.
Yeah.
And I've
I
seen,
think there are rules in place that say that you're supposed to do that if you are recording footage of, outside your house.
oh,
I've got a sign up that says no trespassing because we've got nowhere else to hide the bodies.
yeah. Same thing,
That's about that's,
effectively, isn't
but
it?
it did make me laugh in the most evil way when I saw a post on Facebook
More evil than
and
normal.
much more evil than normal. There was this poor young girl that had knocked, I say young girl, she was probably just late teens, like 18, 19. She'd knocked on these people's door and they hadn't answered it. And she looked really disheveled and they were like, well, I hope she gets the help she needs. And it's like, but she knocked on your door and you didn't help her. So
Yeah,
what was the
you
point?
could have been the help.
Yeah, she
Oh, that's
obviously
really
needed
sad.
help and they didn't answer the door. But then they just put it all for, if for anyone
And
abusing
then
her to see that they
publicly,
yeah.
yeah,
So it was like,
yeah,
well
where's she
done.
been?
I think
Yeah.
the local Facebook groups, like, because we've got one for our town as well. I just think they're the most awful places. The only reason I'm part of one is literally because sometimes I find out things like the bins aren't being collected today because someone will splash it over the Facebook page. But those groups are just the most awful places because everyone, it's like, when bitter old ladies get together to
Yeah.
like gossip about the street. It's like that, but on a really weird, grander scale where there's also the option to be anonymized. It's just this most horrible place, I think, to be. I don't like the local Facebook groups.
As an
But
author, I
when
am
you see
absolutely
something like that,
fascinated by them though.
yeah, I go
Oh
running
yeah,
to the comments.
Yeah. You want to see what's going on. And
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
jump
I
on
want to be
things like
nosy.
really quickly. Like suddenly there's like 20 comments about one
Yeah.
post about seeing something. Like there's always like posts about missing dogs, like two dogs spotted up so and so. Who do they belong to? And it's like you can even see from the picture that there's an owner with two leads in their hands, like stood just 2 inches
Yeah.
away from them. It's like they're
But
there
doesn't that
too.
say
also,
so much about the human, like what we were saying earlier about humans people watching? It's the same thing, isn't it? It's people
Mm,
sort of jumping on these posts and being like, I must be involved, I must know what's going on, like I need to. When there's a situation where there are police, like it ends up on the Facebook page or the Facebook group so quickly because people are like, there are police down this road, what's going on? It's
mm.
like, it's none of your business what's going on, but people are just so curious and so interested. And it's human nature. I think there's a limit, but it is human nature.
I think that Northamptonshire police are taking the mickey on their Facebook page because they'll often post the worst mugshots
Mm.
or the worst images of people saying, have you seen this person? Are you looking for this person? And then the comments just go off, not at all about helping find this person or, or anything related to what the police are asking, but usually just making comments about either the quality of the photo itself. You said, yeah, I could definitely tell that, could you get a slightly better picture? Or it's like saying something about the individual or making jokes. And I shouldn't laugh 'cause it's terrible, but I'll also be in the comments again, having a good little, well, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's horrible of me, isn't it? But yeah, but I think they're taking the mickey. Like, I honestly think they can't be putting this. Sometimes they put up a "Have you seen this person?" and it's like a CCTV footage from about, I mean, 3 miles away, zoomed in, so it's pixelated to just a blur of one color here and a blur of one color here for their hair. And they go, "Have you seen this person?" Going, no, like
Funny enough.
how am I meant to tell who that person is? Like, that's just a blur.
And you always get someone that's like, oh, well, what do they look like in a red jumper? Because I've seen someone in a
Yeah.
red jumper that kind of looks like that. And you feel like, are the police going to sit there and like just put a red jumper on them and just going to repost it and say, here you go. This is what they look like in a red jumper.
Or if there's some sort of funny crime, people start tagging their mates.
Yeah. Or a
This
funny
was you,
name or
wasn't it?
something.
Yeah, the amount of times I've seen that where they've gone, oh, what were you doing, at three
Yeah.
o'clock, tagging their mates saying this was you, wasn't it?
And the police will probably get them
I
in.
suppose it is helpful. The dogs do get found, don't they? People do, sometimes you do see that actually raising awareness and helping people to be found if you can kind of wade through all the useless stuff that people put on there. But yeah, is it okay to just stick you? I mean, because yeah, plenty of videos go viral. Do those people give permission for that? Because well, I suppose it's not illegal, is it? It's not illegal to
Well, they're on that
record
person's
or film
property, aren't
anyone.
they? If you're at someone's door,
That's
you're
true.
effectively on their property. So I don't know how the law would differ from that. I mean, there's the law as to where you point that camera, but if someone stood in front of that camera, you can't stop them from standing in front of the camera.
No, but I
Mm.
do think you are supposed to say that you're
You do have one.
recording. Because if you think about when you go into a building that has, like a commercial building that has CCTV, there's always signs to say, "Smile, you're on camera." I think there are guidelines around that, that whether people stick to them or not.
I love watching this person who sticks cameras on their cat and then they just like make footage of their
That's
cat's
you, isn't it?
day, right?
That's you.
I'd love to do that, but it would be really boring. It would be totted out to the garden, had a sleep, slept for several hours. Everyone thought I
Got
was
woken
dead.
up on the
Totted,
internet.
yeah, got woken up by her again, totted back inside and had some food, and it'd be banging against the wall. But so it's like London cat, and he'll like jump up on the wall, and people walking past will go, "Oh, hello," and stroke and give attention to the cat. Now, there's no way, like, say that the owner of that cat's been at work all day and comes home and looks at that footage, they can't go and track that person down and go, "Do you mind if I put you on the internet now?"
Yeah, my favorite one is there's a TikToker who films what people are reading on the London Tube.
Oh, yeah.
And I mostly watch it because I'm really hoping that one day I'm going to see someone reading my books on the tube, because that would make my day. But it's just really interesting to see what people are reading. But I keep on looking at them, and she does make an effort to like not capture the face, but sometimes
Mm.
she does, and it's like I feel like I could tell who that was if I knew them. And she's definitely not consented, because she's literally just like sneakily filming people while they're going about their commute reading a book. But I absolutely love watching it and seeing what people are reading on the tube. But yeah, she definitely doesn't get permission from the people who she's filming.
Definitely two sides to it, isn't there? There's a real kind of woolly area, the ethics of the data protection of people on there, but also then the fact that it, the amount that it is being used to actually solve crimes, to get people rightfully convicted, like in Casey's case, Natalie, she deserved to be convicted for 18 years, and without that footage, they wouldn't have been able to do that.
I think we're being recorded on a regular. I mean, we're being recorded now. Do you know what I mean? But we're being
We are.
recorded on a
I
regular
mean, but
basis.
it told me so, Nikki. It told me
It
so
did.
before you
It
pressed
warned
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that you're
And
still here.
if you're on a meeting, some sort of Zoom meeting or whatever, somebody says, "We're going to record this. Is everyone okay with that?"
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
in that voice.
How many people are going to go, actually, no, I'm not okay with that, and then turn, and leave
Well,
the
Yeah.
sometimes people
meeting?
do, because I do online events. I work for Jericho Writers, and we do online events, and we always have to say that at the beginning. We're going to record this. Is everyone okay with that? And some people do say no and turn their camera off.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Some people just don't want to be on camera. My husband, there's no trace of him anywhere. He doesn't want his photo anywhere online. There is just no trace. It's like he doesn't exist. He's in my imagination.
Is he
Probably,
getting ready to be on the next series of Hunted?
yeah.
Is that what he's preparing for?
Potentially,
Mine would like to do a little bit of
potentially.
preparation for that. Yeah, he feels the same,
I
that he
still
could
think we should
disappear
go
on
on,
Hunted.
Lise. I think we'd be brilliant on Hunted.
It lasts about 10 minutes.
You can
I'd be
run
like,
though.
"Oh God,
Because you'd be like, you run ahead, and I'll be like,
leave me." I'd have to spend 3 weeks on my own out in the bush in a tent. I'd
I'd
go
call you once
completely
in a while,
feral. I'd go feral real
Feral.
quick. I would. I think I would real quick.
Like
That would
real Hunger Games,
descend.
kind of catching your own food and
Yeah,
killing off all the other
yeah.
competitors.
Running around in a loincloth, full like mud on my face. Yeah, yeah, I would. I definitely. Might win though, but I'd come bounding to the helicopter like leap and jump on the blade and get carried
No,
away.
you'd have been
Winner.
caught on the doorbell cameras as you went, so that the hunters would have got you.
But he would have put it on a Facebook page. Anyone know what
Yeah,
this woman's doing?
yeah. She needs
Walking
help.
past my house, crawling past my house
I
like
hope she gets the help she needs. I didn't open the door.
yeah,
I didn't
didn't help her.
didn't help. I hope someone does.
This woman being followed by a camera crew.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what she's doing?
In a loincloth covered in
In
mud.
a loincloth.
She's be on the thin side as well. She's looks like she's a bit malnourished.
Oh, well, that's a good idea, actually.
The
Might be
diet
the
of the
hunted
hunted.
diet. Yeah, the
Hunted
hunted
diet.
diet. I could do
Diet and
that.
exercise program.
Yeah, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
That's a
You'd have to
book that
run
would
all the
fly off the
time.
shelves, like
Yeah.
fasting.
Oh dear.
A 3-month fast or however long you got to be on the run for to get that money.
I think it's only 3 weeks. I
Was it
mean,
only 3
three
weeks?
months seems
I thought
excessive.
it was longer than that. I thought it was like 60 odd days or something.
Maybe.
Maybe it's there's a
Maybe.
difference between the celebrity hunted and normal hunted.
Yeah, they can't keep them off to boil for too long, can they? They won't accept it, the
I,
old celebs.
I still think the best one who won was that doctor guy who was on a bike most of the time, and every
Yeah.
plan he tried to like do was thwarted in some way. So they couldn't tell where he was or what he was doing because he couldn't tell where he was or what he was doing. So it was like
It definitely wasn't
chaos,
skill that won him that,
chaos.
was it? Was he the
Like,
one who cycled off down the canals?
yes, and he went down the wrong canal. Yeah, he
I
kind of
loved him from the first
Mr. Beamed
moment when he
himself.
cycled
Mr.
off down
Beamed
the
himself to the
canals.
money. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
It was good. Well, we're giving away our plans now, Nick. Well,
We
maybe.
have.
You never know. Who does, is it Channel 4 or BBC? It's
Channel
Channel 4,
4.
isn't it? Hi, Channel 4. We're here. Next
If you're
celeb edition.
listening, author edition.
Yes,
Author edition.
author
That would be
edition.
funny.
Yeah, although
Yeah,
then
but
that's me
all they'd
out.
have to do is like look in the nearest pub and we'd all be sat there just working away and like chatting to each other and drinking.
You won't be able to tear Becca away from the people watching. We'll be like, Becca, we
Yeah.
gotta go. They're coming. I'm just watching.
I'm just
They're
trying to work
really
out this person.
interesting.
I think they have a book in their bag and it might be mine.
Yeah.
They're having a really interesting conversation. I just need to listen
Yeah,
in
just
so
need
that I
to
can use it in the next book.
Finish it. Well, on that note, everyone, we are going to
A
say
lighter
goodbye.
note this time for part
A lighter
2.
note for
A
part 2,
lighter note.
definitely. And we are going to release Becca Day back into the wild so she can continue her surveillance of her neighbours and aid and abet her husband in whatever he's doing.
Whatever it is he's planning for.
Yes. Well, do remember to follow the Red Rabbit wherever you get your socials. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are on TikTok, and of course YouTube, where you're watching now. So give us a
Like and
thumbs up,
subscribe.
like and subscribe. Yeah. And we're also on Patreon if you want to get a little bit ahead of yourself. And hopefully, if everything's gone to plan, this will air just after our 31 days of Halloween. So remember to get your spook on if you haven't already, and celebrate retroactively if you didn't at the time, because you know it's always in season to get scared.
Tons of great exclusives from loads of the authors that we've had down here.
Yeah.
We've got stories and all sorts of exciting things. So
There's
if you
some
haven't
really
seen
good
them
ones.
already, go and have a little look.
Yep. Wonderful. So thank you
Thanks
Becca,
so much for
being with
having
us.
me.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
no, it's been an
Becca.
absolute pleasure.
Oh,
I
she's
have
getting up
laughed
and
a
she's
lot.
running already. Oh my
I'm
god.
getting ready to go.
I need to get
I'm
out.
going to have to blindfold you on the way out as well. I can't be giving away
I
our
forgot about the
secrets.
blindfold.
And the sack, you got to climb in the sack as well.
I've got to do the sack again.
You got to do the sack. It's
Goodness
like an
me.
exfoliation treatment. It's almost a spa holiday with all the mud and everything, and the solitude and the crappy food. That's what we offer here down the Red
Lots of
Rabbit Hole.
it.
There is lots of it, yeah. Quantity over quality. That's the Red Rabbit slogan. That's what we
Indeed.
abide by. So remember to buy Becca's books, and if you can, put yourself on the tube and make sure you get filmed reading them, because we do want to make Becca's day. Get it?
Yeah.
That's got to have happened before to you, Becca. Surely.
Yeah, it has. My mum was going to call me Holly, and I'm really glad she didn't, because then I would have been Holiday.
That would have been hilarious, though. That would have been absolutely hilarious. That's a missed opportunity there. You should have that as your next pen name.
Yeah, maybe if I do rom-coms.
Yeah, you do Christmas romance. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we will see you next time, or you'll see us next time, more likely.